Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in for the top 7 rock cuts of the week. We've got some really cool ones to check out. If you're a current subscriber, thank you so much for watching, and I think you'll like these ones. If you're new to the channel, please give it a subscribe to see more rocks like these and other cool ones, and if you like the video, please give it a like. Alright, let's go ahead and get into it. So let's check out this one. So you can see already that this one's going to be pretty. We've got really nice banding and colors present on the outside. This side looks a bit rougher, but the side that I was on just a second ago, the banding and the colors are just really strong and look really nice. So I was pretty hopeful. Let's take a look. And that is really, really nice on the inside. So actually, not just a standard Wonderstone here. There's some red veins running through, and those are colored in really nicely. And the patterns are actually kind of unique too. So I might call this a Lahontan Wonderstone after the area where it was found. Very, very pretty. I love the reds and the yellows. The banding in some places is quite strong and defined, and the veins are also pretty cool in this one. But love the colors, love the pattern on this one. Okay, so let's check out this one. So this one, you can tell from the outside, it has some very interesting pattern going on here. The red, instead of just being veins, are large splotches, and that's a feature of Lahontan Jasper sometimes. The pattern does not always carry through the rest of the rock though. So let's take a look. And in this case, it does carry through most, but not all. So you see the red coming in very strong around the perimeter and into the interior quite a ways. And this looks really like two eyes there. Very striking. There's the earth looking back at you. Let's take a closer look at the individual sides here. So the red is just really a nice color coming in, and the patterns are pretty nice. It's not quite as splotchy as it was on the outside, but it comes through in kind of a nice, almost dendrite pattern. And then, of course, there's a classic Wonderstone Rhyolite eye in the center there, but just very beautiful. Okay, let's check out this one. So this one had a little bit of a rougher exterior. This side had a pretty heavy patina on it, or a heavy red color that had been baked. This side here, though, had a pretty interesting pattern showing through that I wanted to check out. So let's take a look at how that looks on the inside, and that is a beautiful one. So this is a Lahontan Jasper with quartz running through it, and you can see it's just a really high quality stone. Let's take a closer look at the individual sides. So it's not completely solid. You can see there are some cavities in the stone, especially around the crystal veins, but I think most of this will polish nicely, and the colors are really vibrant with the reds and the yellows and the crystal. Just very cool. And as you can see, there's some breccia there as well, but a very unique one, very beautiful. Okay, so let's check out this one. So from the outside, you can see there's some beautiful pattern showing through, and the rock looks like it's just a very high quality. So there's pinks, there's yellows, there's a lot of banding showing through, there's some eyes that were visible, one on the other side there, and then a couple here. So let's take a look at what that looks like on the inside, and that is really pretty. So I would call this a Porcelain Wonderstone just because of the quality of the rock, but that's just a subjective term that I'm giving it. But the banding carries through, and the way that the rock is broken up is really interesting to see how the banding is affected in those spots. Let's take a look at the other side here. Just really pretty. I haven't seen one that's quite like this. A little crystal pocket there as well. Several. Interesting. But a really, really unique one. All right, let's check out this rock. So this one was kind of a little nugget, a little round guy. So I saw most of it looked kind of gray like that, but you can see that around some of the cracks there was some red and some white showing through. So that's what I was interested in. And that part is really beautiful. And the gray is actually more complicated than it looked like from the outside as well. So one of these pieces fractured during the cutting, the one on the left side there, but the other side stayed intact. Let's take a little bit of a closer look. So some really nice whites and reds and yellows that are surrounding the veins there. And then kind of in those little areas, the red is seeped in. Look at the other side here. I like the way the red and the white is in the gray on this side. And the vein is nice too, but this is where it broke, so. But a nice one. All right, let's check out this rock. So this one from the outside looked really interesting to me because the pattern on it looked almost like maybe it would be a petrified wood, although it's not. But that was my thought when I saw it at first. So I was interested to see what it looked like on the inside. So let's go ahead and take a look. And that's really interesting. So on the inside, you can see that it looks like a banded rhyolite. We've got red and white banding. It's a little bit dusty. There's also some deeper red that's kind of coming into the veins there on the lower part of the rock and around the perimeter in some areas. But the patterns on it are nice. Take a look at the other half. So really interesting that the outside pattern kind of corresponds a little bit to the left side there, but very different than what it looked like on the outside. All right, and last but certainly not least, let's check out this rock. So that's a little piece that fell off while I was cutting. I went ahead and cut that too, but we're going to focus on this bigger piece here. So from the outside, you can see there's some interesting breccia, and it looks like it was a nice quality stone, and the inside of that is really beautiful. So I called it a gem rhyolite only because it just looks so gemmy. The white is really bright white and very pretty, and the banding around it is pretty interesting as well. And you can see there's actually a couple other spots of white or partial white there, and then just some other breccia around the stone. Let's take a look at the other half. And on this one, that second white lake is clear, but really pretty. The gold on this is just really nice too. A very cool color. Thanks so much for joining me for the top 7 rock cuts of this week. If you made it this far, please give the video a like and let me know what your favorites are down in the comments. And if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe, and I will see you next time.